Hi everyone, it's Tiffany here. In this video, I want to share a little bit about what it's like to heal your emotional body with the inner child. So, I think what I really want to emphasize on is that in my experience, in my practice and teachings, I really put the emphasis on doing your shadow work, right? This is exactly what shadow work is, working on those subconscious blockages, those limiting beliefs, healing unresolved emotional wounds. So then you can feel complete. You can feel like yourself again, right? Retrieving parts of yourself that you've given away, lost, or forgotten. So then you can really reclaim your power and go from the vibration of healing to empowerment. When it comes to healing yourself, it is really important to have a balance of light work. So, for example, Reiki, ecstatic dance, things that, raise your vibe, where you come out like really happy at the end. But then there's also shadow work as well, which is, of course, sounds heavier. It's not as fun because sometimes you have to dive into those painful sensations, restricting sensations in order to move through it. But then at the end of the shadow work, you actually feel very light. You gain a lot of insights about yourself. You will learn about your shadows so that when you do get triggered in the future, you understand exactly what is going on. And by knowing your shadow deeply, you will also be able to know and read other people's shadows. So then, in a way, you are not seeking external approval as much, or when someone is upsetting you or treating you unjustly, you can understand their perspective and really be able to create some space between you and those people and not get too riled up about their actions as you go. When you do this type of healing on yourself, you will still get triggered. Of course, you still get angry and upset because we are human beings. But at the same time, when you do this work, it gives you that clarity. It gives you the insight to move forward. And it gives you that empowerment that I don't need to get stuck in this heavy energy. I can actually know how to pull myself out of it so then I can come back into alignment with my higher self. And the more that we resolve these emotional wounds through these kind of processes, you also start to embrace your light even further. So even though I call this type of work shadow work, I call it soul retrieval, in itself, it is light work, right? It is all about going into the ego, the subconscious, and opening those closets that you don't want to open to really clear out those energies so that you're not holding it in yourself anymore. By doing this work, it really helped me and my clients gain a lot of understanding about who we are as a person and understand other people's pain as well. It makes us a better partner, makes us a better parent, makes us a better daughter or son. So just know that with this work, as you're going through it, sometimes emotions are gonna come up. You might cry to release, but this is also where I'm encouraging you. If you need to cry, then let it out. If you need to feel angry, then let it out also. Because by holding it in, you're just going to add more layers of heaviness into your body. Allow yourself the space to really work through these emotions, to process it, and with support if you need to. If you're dealing with heavier traumas or heavier patterns that you're not able to move through, don't be afraid to reach out. Reach out to a psychiatrist, reach out to a therapist, or reach out to a spiritual healer that is experienced and trustworthy, right? Also, even if you're working with a psychologist, for example, taking the time to choose the right one for you, because I'm someone that have gone through a lot of therapists in my journey, and sometimes the wrong therapist can actually make it worse. Of course, now I understand why it happened, because is part of the journey. But at that time, it was like, why do I feel worse when I come out of the session than when I first started? So knowing like what you need, right? This is why I asked you to do emotional need in the earlier modality. So then when you go out and seek for support, one-on-one support, you know what type of person you're looking for. Right? You might be someone like me who needs someone that is compassionate, gentle, like a mother energy that still gives you advice, gives you solution. You might be someone that just needs someone to listen, right, without offering any solution. Or you might be someone that needs like a Tony Robbins that is more empowering, calling out your BS and be more like straightforward with you. So really learn about what is it that you need to work with in order to go on to the next step of your journey.